All right, so here we are. I guess, what are we calling this? Calling this like DragBug, I don't know, DragBug Lucky 13 or something like that. So if you saw the live that we just did, a COVID and Coffee live number 13, which I didn't realize it was actually live number 14, but I think we're just going to call this Lucky 13 or DragBug or something like that. Maybe Lucky 13 DragBug. So anyways, on this episode of RC Guy Garage, we turned a Redcat Tornado into, a DragBug. A no prep, I feel, DragBug. And this is literally its first outing out. I have adjusted nothing. So nothing from that original test hits that we did when the thing was four-wheel drive. Now we cut the drivetrain in half. We no longer have any front drive in it whatsoever. It's got an empty gearbox in the front. Obviously, we had to keep the housing because of suspension. And then realizing that the center diff was in reality technically a spool. So, yeah, how could you ask for anything more? So we've got it on right now, and this is literally going to be its first couple of test hits. And the only thing that I care about is if this thing just launches straight. That's all I care about right now. We're running on a Zop Pop 2S pack, and that's what I call them. They're my Zop Pop power packs. So, yeah, like I always say, if you're interested in watching this episode from RC Guy Garage, you already know what to do. So just do it. Let's get into it. GoPro on. I don't even know if it's working. It's literally hitting every little piece of sand. I can already hear it. Oh! You hear that? Oh! Oh! Oh, man. I'm psyched. I am literally psyched. Oh, my God. The thing is so low. It's grinding everything. I don't even know if it's going to make it over my edge here. Oh, it did. All right. So I think we'll do it like right from here. We'll do it right on this line right here. I'll set it up just like this. And I'm literally just going to launch it and see what happens. Oh, okay. Massive issue with traction. So that's not going to work. So these tires are junk, pretty much. Let's give it another one. All right, massive traction loss here. I think we might need to like warm up the tires, maybe. All right, there we go. Tires are getting warmed up. Try it again. All right. So I think literally what we're going to have to do is to do like a mini burnout. So if you do like a mini burnout, just warm up these tires. So I'll grab a hold of it. Warmed up. Nope. Still way off. All right, so there's probably too much camber in the tires right now. That's probably part of the issue. Try it again. Getting there. Try it again. It's literally grinding anything that's on this pavement. Oh! Ooh, we're getting better. Oh my God. All right, so I gotta figure out a way to make it so that it stops doing that. Oh! Getting there. There's obviously way too much wheel slip. Oh my God. Oh, I could just feel the spits. All right, it's hooking too much to that right side. Yeah. All right. So I think, or I feel, we're getting obviously way too much slip. So I'm going to try something right now. We're going to go in and I'm going to adjust the toe to see if I can get the tires to sit flatter. That's just literally the first place to start. We're going to take this thing. I'm going to shut it off right now. Shut it off. Shut the remote off. GoPro off. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to bring it in right now. I'm going to try to adjust the camber. It obviously has too much camber and not enough traction, which is why we're not launching, because it's just instantly breaking traction. I do have another thing that I want to try. I don't know what it's going to do to the car though, so let's try the camber first. I adjusted the turnbuckles in the rear, so now the tires are more sitting flat, so flatter on that pavement surface. Obviously, one of the things that I know is that, yeah, it's got a lot of torque, so when I give it the instant punch off the line, that's where it's losing out. So probably a change in the pinion gear would probably also help. But the main thing is, because of these tires, they're just not hooking up. The other thing that I had noticed was there was a little bit excessive camber in the front and a little bit of toe, so I adjusted now the front to hopefully maybe track a little bit straighter, because I'm using those foam wheels in the front, they're not designed to do what I'm doing to it. And hopefully, you can hear the battery. That's a 3S pack that's ready to rip now. We're going to hold off on a 3S pack. We're just going to rip it on 2 for now. The other thing that I'm going to do, I've got one more shot or one more idea to improve the traction, and that's going to be slipping on those DBU tunes. And when I say slipping them on, like that's literally what I mean. I'm going to slip them on over those tires. And yeah, don't do what I'm going to do. But we're going to try it anyway. DragBug test 2. We might have to do some trim because obviously things have changed. But like I said, let's just take this thing for a rip and see what happens. Like I said, every pebble, it's feeling every pebble. Oh. Ooh, it actually went over those stones pretty good. The sticks, look at the sticks are getting dragged. That's not a pun either. The sticks are getting dragged. All right, so we may have to change outright to a taller gear, but let's just see what happens. Nope, still ripping it. So the gearing is just way too tall. Just a total spin out. It's just a spin out machine. Keep thinking maybe I will actually be able to get this thing to track straight. Got it to track straight a little bit that time. Ooh, those hoons would probably make all the difference. Yeah, I can feel like pieces of the rubber, I think, hitting my face. Or sand. Well, because these tires are literally almost down to the end, let's give it a little burnout. Nope. All right. So that is 100% not working. So let's go with plan B, and I'll show you what plan B is. And yeah, like I say, I don't recommend doing what I'm doing. What you got going on here, kid? What? Corn. Oh, you got corn? Yum. So right here, here's my fix. And you're probably wondering what this has to do with these wheels and fixing them to the car. Well, literally what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the hairspray to spray the tire down, not the hoon, but to spray the original Redcat tire down. I know the wind chimes. Whatever. Spray the original Redcat racing tire down, and I'm going to slip the hoons over them, hopefully keeping them as straight as possible. Yeah. So, let's try that. Because I definitely know, like you know, because you definitely know that these tires right here, these will definitely hook up a lot better than these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the wheels off. Just so it's easier. And I'm going to actually spray with the locket, and I'm going to spray the actual outside of the tire, and then I'm going to effectively take the tire and slip it inside of this. And what I'm hoping is that the locket will help keep the tire, well, it'll help it slide on, number one, but it should help keep the tire in place. So I'm just going to give it a nice spray down of locket. Just like that, right there. Take the hoon, and slide this right down and in, aligning the spokes. It's basically just like that. That's gonna be my fix, right there. Now it's gonna be rolling D-boots hoons. Oh my god. Well, it's like I said, this is a redneck build, man, so I just wanted to see if this is even possible, and so far I'm seeing that this thing as a drag bug is very possible. So we'll pull off this side, we'll do the same exact thing. Pull off the wheel. We'll spray it down. We already know it's clean. Spray it down. And then we'll just put the hoon in and align the spokes, press it into place, like that. all the way in. Hopefully settle down the best that it can. And there we go. So now we're gonna be ripping this thing with D-Boo-Tunes. D-Boo-Tunes. Oh my god. I told you, man, this is literally redneck racing right here at its finest. You know, without having those hubs, those hub extenders, this is how I have to roll. I mean, when you see the difference of obviously these tires compared to the factory originals, there's definitely a it's definitely a difference. Oh my god. Look at this thing. Oh, this thing looks awesome now. It's the Redneck build, man, I'm telling you. Redneck DragBug. Now, the only thing that I don't know is obviously, you know, how straight are these hoons? Wow, that's actually pretty straight. This one's wobbly, but that's actually the wheel itself. That's pretty crazy. So my wheel, the wheel is actually wobbly on this one. But we'll rip it as is. I'm just gonna give it some time to settle up or set up. But yeah, that's how we're rocking it this time. Should be a slight change in traction or grip, I hope. We'll see. I have no idea. The next thing would obviously be changing the gearing. Changing it to a bigger pinion would probably help with the launch. That way it's not just so much instant torque where it's breaking traction. Maybe I can make it up like as it's moving kind of deal. You know what I mean? At least that's what I'm thinking in my head. So anyways, yeah. Let's let this set up and we'll get back out on the HOA drag strip. DragBug. It looks so ridiculous. Oh my god. Still nailing rocks. But oh my god, I mean, look at this thing. This thing is absolutely ridiculous looking. Tires are picking up sand, look at that. Sticky tires. Alright. GoPro on. GoPro on. Let's give it a quick shot.
We're losing sunlight here on the drag strip. But here we go. Let's give it a quick rip and see what happens.
Oh my god. So I think the gearing is way too tall. Oh yeah, definitely way too tall. Oh, gotta be careful because those tires are just gonna fly right off. Does look cool with those tires though. There we go. A little better.
Nice ride.
Thanks. So definitely, I could tell right now, if I get a taller gear in there, we'd probably be way better off. Oh! Did we just lose the tire? Nah, it's still on. Amazingly, still on and straight. How? Goes straight. It actually tracks really straight. It's very surprising. Ooh, it's getting there. Compound's warming up. So if I increase the gears, make it a little taller, this is actually going to work mint. Ah. It's almost close to being a wheelie. Oh. Change those front wheels to something that's actual rubber. Yeah. If I change that pinion. Oh! Not supposed to be hitting stuff like that. Definitely motors now. Ooh, we're getting there. I think if pavement was hotter, it would probably aid in the traction, but it's definitely rolling unbelievably. Oh. Oh, chassis grindage. I think we could have something here. DragBug. His front wheels are getting hammered. It's tracking very straight, and it's very, very free moving. Oh. It's so free moving now. It's never moved like this. It is so free moving now. Ah. Definitely looks like a funny car almost. Still has a good turning radius. Oh. So if I baby the throttle, obviously it helps, but I think that's going to be it. It's definitely very free moving right now. Cannot get it to launch straight. Look how free moving it is. Oh. All right, so I think we're going to leave it right there. GoPro off. All right, so yes, fail, but we're getting there. we're definitely gaining traction. You can see it's not spinning out as much as it was. Now maybe if I can change the pinion to a higher pinion, we'll take away some of that torque, and maybe you can make it up on the other end, on the back end. So, I don't know. I mean, what can I say? DragBug, Lucky 13. I think it's actually something that's going to work out. We do have to go ahead and get rid of the foam tires in the front. We'll get a proper rubber tire on it. And maybe we can just get this thing to hook up a little bit better. I feel like maybe a softer compound tire probably help as well. But probably changing that gearing. I'm assuming changing the gearing is... I had to check the camera. I assume changing the gearing is actually what's going to, I guess, assist further. Take away some of that... Take away some of the tire brake, because it's obviously breaking off the line, and then that's part of the issue. I don't think it has anything to do with the diff, but then again, what do I know? I mean, the next step, for me, the next step is to change the pinion just to see if it changes or makes any difference. So, anyways, like I always say, if you like these episodes from RC Guy Garage, granted, this is something that's totally different. This is DragBug. DragBug Lucky 13. So, you already know what to do. So, just get out there and rip it. Oh, that is nuts.